All right, joining us now to preview the Kentucky Derby is a two-time winner at Churchill Downs and the trainer for Hot Rod Charlie, Doug O'Neill. Thanks for making time for DraftKings. First off, man, how are we feeling with the Derby back in its usual spot on the calendar?
Oh, man, thanks for having me, man. I love linking horse racing to DraftKings. I can't wait till one day we can actually go on DraftKings and bet on the pony. So hopefully it's one day soon. But the Derby's looking nice, and we're back to the traditional first Saturday in May, and got a field of 20. And like you said, we're blessed enough to have one of the 20, number 9, Hot Rod Charlie, and he's settled in great here from California, and we're very optimistic he's got a big chance.
Yeah, you mentioned, racing from post position 9. You tweeted a picture of your group celebrating with the caption, "A few of us were pleased with the post 9 announcement." So tell us, like horse racing layman's here, why that's so exciting.
Well, in a field of 20, so they're in numerical order, of course. And so the 1 and 2 hole being right down on the inside, sometimes if they don't break real sharp, they can get in traffic trouble right away, because generally most of the field starts going towards the rail after leaving the gate. So those inside posts aren't ideal, but being number 9 is really nice. Being right in the middle of the pack there just gives you a little bit more versatility after the break. And the way with 22, they load the gates, number 1 and number 11, number 2, number 12. So being number 9 too, you're loading towards the end. So ideally you're not sitting in the gate too long.
That's awesome. And Hot Rod Charlie, I know, has experience going up against some of the favorites in this year's Derby. So he ran second to Essential Quality, right, in last year's Breeders' Cup Juvenile race. And then third to Bob Baffert's Medina Spirit in the Bob Lewis Stakes in Santa Ana. So what will it take for your horse, Hot Rod Charlie, here to turn the tables on Saturday?
I think that's a good question. I think in a race like this, you do have a lot of evenly matched horses. So it's going to take a lot of luck, just a good, clean trip. I think we're heading the right way as far as we've shipped in from California, and that's gone really smoothly. So sometimes when you ship out of state, all kinds of goofy things can happen, and sometimes they don't adjust really well. But he's adjusted great. He's already shipped of his 7 career races. 4 of them have been on different racetracks too. So he's shown that it doesn't matter what kind of surface he's running over. He brings his A game. And but yeah, to turn the tables on Essential Quality and Medina Spirit, I think we just need just a good, safe trip. And I think we got a more mature version, a bigger version. I think we have the ability to turn the tables.
Yeah, it sounds like you're pretty confident that he can handle the Churchill Downs main track A-okay then.
I am. Yeah, he's been galloping on it the last few days, and he's kind of a tall, lanky horse, very light-footed, and he gets over most any surface really well, and the Churchill is no exception. He's getting over really well.
How would you compare Hot Rod Charlie to, say, like 2012 winner, like I'll Have Another, and Nyquist in 2016? Those are 2 past Derby winners that you've trained.
I think the one main comparison is all 3 of those horses have just tremendous amounts of class. All 3 of them are great around the barn, conserve their energy, and very energetic and competitive on the track. So he's you can compare him to those 2 like that, and he's versatile like those 2 as well. So to win a race like the Kentucky Derby, you just got to be a special horse. He acts like he is one, and we'll see on Saturday.
All right, so he's got some swagger in that step, huh?
Oh yeah, he's a confident dude, man. But he's humble too. He's not a cocky dude by any means. But that was one of his things early on in his career. He was kind of having a little trouble separating himself from the pack, and just recently he's gotten much more comfortable with separating himself, and that's a huge key.
Hey, how does name Hot Rod Charlie come about? Because I know, especially like the casual fans, people are always interested in like the story behind how some of these great horses get their names.
Yeah, a great racehorse named Indian Charlie is Hot Rod Charlie's grandfather. So that's where the Charlie came from. And then Hot Rod Charlie is a half brother to a sprinter champion. So the owners thought he was going to be a sprinter. That's where they came up with the Hot Rod. They were thinking he was going to be a 1-turn, short distance, amazing horse. And here we are trying to go 1.25 miles in the Derby. So that's kind of how we got that.
Yeah, and let's dive into a little bit of like, who is behind this horse right now. I know one of the co-owners is actually your nephew, Patrick O'Neill. He and some fellow like ex-football players here and fraternity brothers at Brown, they make up a group that has some stake in the horse. So how excited is he in this group to have a chance to win the Derby?
It's incredible, man. I'm so proud of my nephew Patrick for so many reasons, but yeah, getting four of his football buddies, like you say, from Brown University to jump in horse racing. This is only their third horse they've been part of, and if Charlie didn't work out, they're going to probably take a little break because financially they can't really afford it. But Charlie's been an absolute godsend for all of us, and no, Patrick and his boys they're great guys. They bring so much energy to the sport, and it's funny. They're partners, Greg Helm and Bill Strauss. They're more established businessmen, and they're 60 plus, and just to see, Patrick and his buddies, they want to be like Greg and Bill when they grow up, and Greg and Bill, they live for, they would love to go back and be 28 again. So it's a great group, a lot of fun, and Hot Rod Charlie's feeling the positive energy.
Yeah, and speaking of that positive energy, Doug, I know like you're also using Hot Rod Charlie to draw attention to like a great cause. Like Patrick and his dudes are behind this as well. Can you tell us a little bit about the scholarship logo on the horse's blanket and how this all came about?
A good friend of ours, Stephen Panis, tragically lost his son Jake last August, and so we're just trying to celebrate the life of Jake, and want to keep Jake around with us forever. And by doing that, Stephen and his wife and the football program there at South Carolina came up with a walk-on scholarship for walk-on players that could use the assistance. So it's been really well received. And again, Jake, I knew Jake through Stephen, and just a positive kid. He was friendly to people he knew and strangers as well. He just we need more Jakes in this world, and hopefully this is Hot Rod Charlie can be something that can kind of help spread the word for this, and we can keep Jake with us forever.
Yeah, because I know he was a junior at the time of the accident, had dreamed of attending South Carolina, which was his father's alma mater.
Yeah.
Winning this race would have to mean so much for you and so many people, given the involvement of your family and this great cause.
Oh, you're 100% right. And after we drew number 9, yesterday was the big draw to see which post position your horses got. And we drew number 9, and Stephen called me right away, his dad, and said, you know what, I know Jake he's part of this, man, because we lost him on August 9th. It's been 9 months since he's been gone. So, we're just, we can feel Jake's presence, and it's all positive. It's lots of love and strength, and go Gamecocks, baby. Go Charlie, go Gamecocks.
There's a lot of people who will be rooting for you and rooting for Hot Rod Charlie this weekend. Doug O'Neill, thanks so much for hanging out with us, and good luck this weekend.
You too, brother. Thanks for having me, man.